be talking and discussing the book Things That Sink or Float. It's by Lisa Trimber. And at the beginning there's a table of contents that it first starts off with things that float, then moves into things that sink. And then finally it has the things that always float and sink. And then there's the little quiz, which is about sinking or floating at the end. So when I look at the pictures in the book, they all are child appropriate and they even are very inviting to them. So an example that would be great for the kids to look at is this page, and it has some things can sink. Hippos are heavy enough to sink in water and walk along the bottom. So this is a great example for children to know about things that do that. And then there's also things more that are talking about sinking and floating, or both. And then with the quiz at the end, it's a great way to see if they were paying attention with you while you were reading. And then at the very last page, there's a table of index about words that they should know or did learn while reading. And then before I would introduce this book to them, I would play this video about sinking or floating.
Have you ever tossed some sticks into a pond? Or maybe you like to bring a bunch of toys into the tub? Either way, you've probably found that not all objects act the same when they're in the water. Some things sink right to the bottom, while other things float on the top. Why does that happen? Well, I brought some friends to see if we can figure that out.
Hi everyone, my name's Webb, and
hi, I'm his sister Phil. Since we live in a pond, we see a lot of things sink.
a lot of things float.
I bet. You know, you can actually learn a lot about something by seeing what it does in the water. So I'd say this calls for an experiment. Something to the bottom. Well,
This video just talks about how things sink or float through an experiment, which is a great way to have the students see before they read the book. And then once they finish reading the book, they can do an experiment of their own about sinking and floating. And they can use things that they learned in here or with the video. And this is the best way for them to learn about sinking and floating.